Howdy, I hope you had a great day. Silvertrade here again with another quick video. It looks like the roads have cleared for GameStop to have a green week next week, and towards the end we're going to talk about another stock that has gained a lot of hype recently. Let's not forget last week, the White House reposted one of GameStop's posts and wrote, "Power to the players." And since that has happened, GameStop has fallen $2.30, or about 10%. And now GameStop is retesting the 500-day moving average. If we get below $22.24, that will not be looking great for GameStop. But please remember, none of this is financial advice, we are not financial advisors, and this video is made for entertainment purposes only. GameStop's utilization via Ortex is at about 95%, so almost every share that can be lent out is already lent out. The last time we saw utilization this high, GameStop was at about $9.99, way back in 2024. And since then, the stock has more than doubled, now sitting at $22.40. But the shares on loan is still really high. Very exciting. And XRT's short interest is at about 500% right now. Now 40% of GameStop is held by institutions. This is how you know that we're in the accumulation phase of GameStop, and eventually we will get into the mark up phase. And we got a post from our favorite Richard Newton on X. In his post, he compares GameStop to Chewy and uses a lot of indicators to show that typically we see a small run on GameStop after October. He also shows how we might be at the bottom of this current cycle, and we could see a run in the next couple of weeks. I think we will see GameStop move up next week. I really don't see us breaking below the 500-day moving average on the daily time frame. And if we do, so be it, we can get more shares on discount. We know at their next earnings call, if they decide to share how much revenue they're making off of their Power Packs website, it's going to shock the world. And of course, bring a lot more eyes to GameStop. This whole year, the articles have only gotten more and more bullish about GameStop. Recently, we had a couple of articles posted, GameStop, not just a Bitcoin story, the business is thriving, from October 13th. It's game on for GameStop, upgrade. Seriously though, GameStop is almost always the most talked about stock. This list shows the most talked about stocks and top investing subreddits over the last 24 hours. In 24 hours, GameStop had almost 1,100 mentions, while Tesla only had about 600. And now for BYND or Beyond Meat. I really wish there was more to talk about with GameStop, but sadly not a lot has come out since the White House reposted GameStop last week. Stocks are not a day-to-day thing, there's not always going to be something brand new to talk about. They've done such an amazing job with turning around the entire company, making them profitable, and this new Power Packs website. I am in no rush for more good news. Let them cook. This gentleman posted, famous early investor in ByteDance, Spotify, DoorDash is now backing BYND. Seems like the legendary tech billionaire Philippe Lafont is betting on Beyond Meat turnaround story. Smart money knows what's coming. And this turns out to be true. Yahoo Finance posted, does billionaire Philippe Lafont know something Wall Street doesn't? His hedge fund is backing a stock that jumped 211% in just 5 days. There's really not a whole lot out about Mr. Lafont, but the gentleman is worth $8 billion. BYND is easily the most popular stock on Reddit right now with a very quick growing community. And as of last Thursday, their short interest was still higher than 100% for BYND. And about 1 month ago, on September 29th, failures to deliver on BYND absolutely skyrocketed. And I posted that on X and it did pretty well. 9 likes is really good for me. Well, I guess 8. Capybara Stocks was one of the first people to start talking about BYND, but then he got completely banned off of Reddit. So now he posts on X. Notice the movement in BYND today, something else changed. Cost to borrow shot up from 8 to 46%. It also was the first day in October where there were more longs than shorts, implying they've started covering today. Capybara posted this on October 29th. And a lot of people are starting to notice how BYND looks unbelievably similar to Open Door before it started to really run. Super interesting how similar they look. And I'm a firm believer in the T plus 35 and the T plus 70 day rule. I think there's a lot of orders that have not been fulfilled yet that will either slowly be fulfilled or altogether at 70 days from when this all started. And if you didn't know, back in February of 2021, McDonald's and Beyond Meat actually partnered for 3 years. But McDonald's keeps Beyond Meat on their menu. Not really in America though. I couldn't really find an exact answer on that. This gentleman posted, interesting, McDonald's now has BYND cheeseburgers. The McPlant. Recently, BYND took a page out of GameStop's notebook and did a convertible note offering, wiping out the majority of their debt. While at the same time, just a couple of weeks ago, a billionaire took a stake in the company as well. And they don't just have the McPlant at McDonald's, they have the Spicy Dip Challenge McPlant Nuggets. They also have a 20 and 9 Shaker McPlant Nugget Lime and Chili flavor. And these all have very mixed reviews. McDonald's decided to try out the vegan diet over in Texas, but obviously it didn't perform super well. To be fair, Texas is kind of like the barbecue capital of the United States. I mean, everybody loves their beef around here. But I wonder how it would perform in other states. They mainly have these vegan diets in other countries. And next week for earnings, we have a couple of big players, like Palantir and Hims and Hers after close on Monday, Uber, AMD, and Beyond Meat on Tuesday. Oh yeah, Beyond Meat also has a couple of patents on how they make their food as well. McDonald's, Robinhood, and AMC on Wednesday. Open Door on Thursday. And seriously, looking at BYND, I really think there could be something there. But it's definitely risky. And thank you so much if you've made it to this point in the video. I really appreciate it. You watching all the way through really helps out with the algorithm, and for that, I thank you. I hope you found value in this, and God bless you.